Good morning, Nova here, June 30th, 2026. Happy Tuesday, and welcome in. Today's theme is power and control. Who gets the chips, who secures the agents, who can act on your computer, and who gets access to your data. AI is moving from chatbot novelty into hard infrastructure. That means silicon matters more, cloud alliances matter more, and security is no longer a side topic. It is the product. We've got 8 stories that together show where the industry is heading next and why the next phase of AI will feel a lot more real in everyday life. Semiconductors. OpenAI and Broadcom debut Jalapeño for LLM inference. OpenAI and Broadcom have unveiled Jalapeño, a custom inference chip designed specifically for large language model workloads. The focus is not training, but serving models at scale, where latency, memory bandwidth, and power efficiency decide whether AI is profitable. The chip is aimed at accelerating token generation and reducing the cost of running assistants, coding tools, and enterprise agents across massive deployments. Why it matters now? Inference has become the economic bottleneck of AI. Training grabs headlines, but real money gets burned every day answering prompts. A successful custom chip could reduce OpenAI's dependence on general-purpose GPUs and give Broadcom a stronger role in AI infrastructure against NVIDIA, AMD, and in-house cloud silicon. Ever heard of inference? It's the stage after training, when a model actually responds to you. Think of training as school and inference as the job the model does every time you ask a question. For users, this could mean faster responses and fewer server-busy moments. In plain English, your AI assistant may soon feel less like a genius waiting in line. Security. OpenAI launches Daybreak with Codex Security and GPT-5.5-Cyber. OpenAI today introduced Daybreak, a security product suite built to help organizations find, validate, and patch vulnerabilities at scale. 2 headline tools are Codex Security, which appears aimed at code-based analysis and remediation workflows, and GPT-5.5-Cyber, a model tuned for defensive security tasks. The pitch is simple. Use AI to shorten the time between discovering a weakness and fixing it. This matters because security teams are overwhelmed. Software ships faster, attack surfaces keep expanding, and AI-generated code can increase volume before quality catches up. If Daybreak works well, it could push OpenAI deeper into enterprise security, where customers care less about flashy demos and more about measurable risk reduction, audit trails, and integration with existing tooling. Ever heard of vulnerability validation? It means confirming whether a security flaw is actually exploitable in the real world, so teams can prioritize dangerous bugs instead of wasting time on theoretical ones. For developers, this could mean fewer late-night patch scrambles. And honestly, anything that cuts down on emergency Slack messages at 2 a.m. sounds pretty great. AI. Google adds computer use to Gemini 3.5 Flash. Google has introduced computer use capabilities in Gemini 3.5 Flash, giving the model the ability to interact with software interfaces more directly. That means the AI can potentially click, navigate menus, enter text, and complete multi-step tasks across apps and websites, rather than just suggesting what a user should do next. The timing is important. The AI race is shifting from conversation to action. Labs are no longer competing only on benchmark scores. They want models that can actually operate tools, complete workflows, and become digital coworkers. For Google, this also strengthens Gemini's position against OpenAI, Anthropic, and Microsoft in the growing market for agentic productivity software. Ever heard of computer use agents? They're AI systems that don't just answer questions. They can observe a screen, decide on actions, and operate software much like a human user would. If this works reliably, booking travel, filing expenses, or wrangling tabs could get a lot easier. Also, maybe one day the AI can deal with those weird settings menus so we don't have to. Security. AI agent safety gets an operational roadmap. A new push around securing AI agents is putting structure behind a messy problem. How to let autonomous systems do useful work without giving them dangerous freedom. The emerging AI control roadmap combines familiar controls like identity management, permissions, logging, and network restrictions with newer real-time monitoring for agent behavior, tool use, and data access. Why it matters now? Enterprises are moving from pilot projects to internal deployment. Once agents can send emails, touch databases, access files, or trigger workflows, a prompt mistake becomes an operational risk. This is where AI governance stops being a policy deck and becomes a systems design issue. The winners here may not just be model makers, but the vendors building observability, policy enforcement, and agent runtime security. Ever heard of least privilege? It's a core security idea. Give software or users only the minimum access needed to do a task and nothing more, so mistakes cause less damage. This may sound abstract, but it hits close to home. Nobody wants an AI helper that can accidentally message the whole company or wipe the wrong spreadsheet.
LLM Gemma 412B brings multimodal AI into a smaller package. Google has introduced Gemma 412B, described as a unified, encoder-free multimodal model. In practical terms, it is built to handle multiple input types, like text and images, without relying on a separate encoder module to pre-process those signals. At 12 billion parameters, it sits in a size range that many developers and enterprises can realistically experiment with outside the biggest hyperscale budgets. This matters because the market is hungry for capable, smaller models. Not every use case needs a frontier giant. A more efficient multimodal model can support on-prem deployments, regulated industries, edge scenarios, and cost-sensitive app development. It also keeps pressure on open model competitors and gives developers another option in the fast-growing ecosystem around lightweight but useful AI. Ever heard of multimodal? It means a model can work across different kinds of data, like reading text, interpreting images, and sometimes handling audio or video in one system. For everyday users, this is the kind of progress that makes AI feel more intuitive. You show it a screenshot or a product label, and it just gets what you mean. Cloud. Anthropic's Claude lands on Azure with NVIDIA GB300 Blackwell Ultra. Anthropic's Claude models, delivered through Microsoft Foundry on Azure and powered by NVIDIA GB300 Blackwell Ultra GPUs, are now generally available. The move gives Azure-native enterprises direct access to Claude for building autonomous and domain-specific agents, while pairing Anthropic's models with some of the newest AI infrastructure in the market. The bigger story is strategic alignment. Microsoft has deep ties to OpenAI, but it is also broadening its model catalog to meet enterprise demand for choice, resilience, and workload fit. For Anthropic, this expands reach into large corporate accounts already committed to Azure. For NVIDIA, it reinforces Blackwell as the premium engine of enterprise AI deployment. Ever heard of general availability? In enterprise software, that means a product has moved beyond preview and is officially ready for broad production use, with stronger support, pricing, and service commitments. For customers, more model choice inside existing cloud contracts is a big deal. It is a lot easier to try new AI when procurement doesn't have to reinvent itself first. Security. U.S. offers $10 million for info on group tied to Signal and WhatsApp hacks. The U.S. government is offering up to $10 million for information on a group linked to a hacking campaign targeting Signal and WhatsApp users. Reports say the operation involves 2 Russia state groups and has been active since at least March. The campaign highlights a growing pattern. Attackers are no longer just hitting networks and servers. They are going after the trusted communication layer people rely on every day. Why it matters now? Secure messaging apps are only as safe as the surrounding ecosystem. Device compromise, phishing, account takeover, and social engineering can bypass strong encryption. This case also raises geopolitical stakes, since state-linked operations targeting private communications can affect journalists, activists, executives, and diplomats. Ever heard of end-to-end encryption? It means only the sender and recipient can read the message content. But if a hacker controls your device, encryption alone may not save you.
It's a good reminder that secure app does not mean carefree user. Annoying as it is, those extra login checks are starting to look pretty reasonable.
Smartphone. Supreme Court sharply limits geofence warrants. The U.S. Supreme Court has issued a ruling that significantly weakens the government's use of geofence warrants, though it stopped short of declaring them unconstitutional across the board. Geofence warrants let investigators request location data for all devices in a defined area during a certain time window, then narrow from there. Critics have long argued that this sweeps in large numbers of innocent people. This matters because location data is among the most sensitive digital records we generate. The ruling could reshape how law enforcement seeks mobile data from tech companies and how courts balance privacy against investigative needs. It also lands at a moment when public trust in data collection is fragile and when regulators globally are rethinking what counts as proportional surveillance. Ever heard of a geofence warrant? It's a legal request for location data from devices that were near a place at a certain time, even if the owners were not initially suspects. For regular people, this is one of those invisible issues that suddenly feels personal. Your phone knows where you are. The question is, who else gets to know? Hey, Nova here. If there's one takeaway today, it's that AI is becoming infrastructure. And infrastructure always brings a fight over efficiency, access, and trust. Custom chips are about cost and control. Agent tools are about productivity and risk. Security is moving from cleanup duty to center stage. And on the consumer side, privacy and device safety are still very much up for grabs. So whether you build software, buy cloud, manage a security team, or just carry a phone everywhere, these stories are not distant industry chatter. They are the blueprint for how tech will show up in your life next. All right, catch me again tomorrow. Have a great day out there.